Well, we've installed a few important things since the last update. Out there at the road, the water board came out and put our meter in. So Friday night I went and rented a trencher and got out here and trenched from the road. And it was half by moonlight, so that's where it started getting dark, where we got a little snaky there. And plus I wasn't using a string line, which would have been a good idea, but my approach wasn't intended to be all that straight anyway. I came around the side of the drive and got back going to the house and then angled over at a 45, so we don't have one area where the water line crossed the road, and that would just be going back to the garage. A good old barn back there. And then since the last update, we've had another very important feature. There's our slab. Finally. Seemed like it was never going to happen. They came out the first time after the forms were made, and they got one concrete truck got in and pulled in over there. And he was dumping his load in here, and the second concrete truck came in and got stuck right back where we just came in on the drive. He got stuck in the middle of the road, and he had to dump his load. I kind of stepped past that, but all that concrete over there in the middle of the road is where he had to dump his load so they could get him unstuck. And that was the end of that pour, because once he got stuck, it shot the whole day. They had to dig all the wet concrete out of the top of the form so that they would have a clean area for one good pour, because it all has to be poured at the same time. So Katie and I came in with the trencher this weekend. Started Friday night, and me and her came out yesterday. And this isn't all trenched for water line. Back here, Katie just couldn't help herself. She had to play with the trencher. Actually, she wanted to do the water line, but she was busy Friday night. She came out, and we laid out a string line for her, and she trenched out for the fence line, because we're going to bury all the fence 2 feet deep so the dogs can't dig out as easy, especially in this sand. And she dug. The water line was about 400 feet, 450 feet, and back here I know she's got enough for 500 feet of fence doubled up, so it's got to be at least 500 feet of trenching she did yesterday. This is the center fence to divide the big dog area from the small dog area. Small dogs will have their own little run over here so they don't keep getting trampled by the big guys. But it goes back in here. Here's a lot of the fencing we're going to bury at the fence line too. We really got to fortify this so they don't dig out. There's some other rescues in the area, and they say the dogs out here can just tunnel forever. So it's really got to be done maximum security. With the fence line, she brought it from the house, and it goes back, angles off that way, and comes back around the back of the, well, not the property, because the property's a lot bigger than this, but and comes back around. There's the center line, and over there the far left side. But so that's quite a bit we got accomplished this weekend. And I actually laid while she was trenching all that, I got all the plumbing, PVC and pipes and everything, and some spigots, and I hooked up a extra spigot out in the front meadow area, and then hooked up so the line comes in. You can see the PVC there, and I just stopped it over here so it won't be in the way of the guys who are going to put up the metal building. But I put a little spigot right there, and so